Hey y'all, how you doing today? Danna here, and I'm going live this morning, and I just wanted to cook some good food today and to catch up with you in the kitchen. All right, let me flip you around here because I am going to make some homemade pizza dough, some homemade pizza, some homemade pizza sauce, just real fast. All right, let's flip around here. First, I'm going to make some homemade pizza sauce. Today, I'm just going to mix it up right here and put it on the eye back there. Let me just show you my throw together sauce from the pantry, pizza sauce. First, I just get some tomato sauce, okay? How easy is that? Woo! Y'all, I like chunky in mine, so I like heat and I like chunky, so I'm gonna add some diced tomatoes and green chilies. Now, you don't have to do this if you don't like it, but I am going to. And I was gonna try to have everything open when you got here, but I don't. But this is my favorite Pampered Chef can opener. Now, y'all, it's like you're shaking hands. You just put it on like this, like that, and then you go around. I wasn't gonna do this, but I might as well. But anyway, I just love it out in Alaska. I love going. As a matter of fact, one of my former students, hey, Terry, lives out there now. So that's good. I didn't get to see her, but she works, you know. All right, what I've got to do right now is pour this in there. And y'all, I also like putting the seasonings that I want in there. And I don't want to be overrun with garlic, but I'm going to put a little bit. Now, this is probably going to be half of a teaspoon or less. And I'm going to do the same thing with some oregano. And y'all, my Nanny Swan always said, girl, she didn't call me girl, Danna. She called me Danna. She said, when you get dried herbs, you do this. You rub them in your hand. I said, why? She said, it makes it taste better. It makes the oils come out. So that's what I do. Do y'all do that? Then I'm going to get some basil. Oh, and another thing I got to do, about the same amount. This is about a half teaspoon. Turn on the heat, 475. Okay, I've got all that done. And now I always add a little bit of sugar to mine. I like it. This really phenomenal cook told me a long time ago, whenever you're using tomatoes, you always add a little spoonful of sugar because y'all know tomatoes have an acid edge to them, which we all like, but sometimes it gets a little too much. The next thing I'm going to do is put some mushrooms in there. I got that in there. Oh, and I always put a little olive oil. Now, y'all, once you learn how to make these, it's no problem. Now, I'm putting about a tablespoon in there, but I'm also going to put it on the crust when we get it started. All right, I'm going to stir this up and get it on the taste of it to see if you need salt or not. I got that on medium. I'm going to taste of it. Ooh, that's so good. All right, the next thing we got to do is decide what we're cooking this in. Now, y'all know I have this huge cast iron skillet, and my son got it for me for Christmas one year, and this is my pizza skillet. Y'all, it makes great crust. But what I'm going to do first is pop this in the oven and get it hot. So here we go. I've got the oven at 475. This is the pizza dough. Now, this is self-rising flour, and I'm putting 2.5 cups in. Okay, 2.5 cups. There we go. I'm going to leave that out in case I need some more. And the next thing I got to do is get some Greek yogurt. Okay, people, this is the Greek yogurt I'm using, which is Shabana. And I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm from Alabama. It comes out the way it comes out. And I need 1.3 cups of that. So y'all let me get it. I make a little well in the center. All right, we're going to put 1.3 cups. Here we go. Let's get that in. Yeah, baby. I got that mixed up. I'm going to need it in a minute, but I got to pull this out and get it oiled. So y'all hang on. Woo, baby. Now what I do when I get my pan hot, right before we put that in, I'm going to oil it with some olive oil. So here we go. Let me get this I'm going to start kneading this right here. And I hope y'all are doing okay. Y'all tell me what's going on with you. But anyway, let me get this kneaded. I think y'all might have seen me make this with my little Jasper, my grandson. He's the sweetest thing. And y'all, this is really good and really easy. And if you want to make your own dough, or if you just don't want to go out one night and you're like, heck, I can make this in the time I can get everybody in the car, this is what you do. So we're just kneading this. And I got to tell y'all, I ate some really good food while we were out there. And I'm going to post some pictures. One of the places I ate was at well, you know, they had a chef and stuff. And they had gourmet pizza. And the pizza, they put a really thin crust on it. And I liked that. And I may try that eventually. Doing individual pizzas. Thin crust style, you know. And it was really good. It was very, very thin, thinner than a cracker. But I liked it pretty good. And it was just basil and mozzarella with the red sauce. And it was so good. But anyway, I know some of you have asked. I'm still working on my cookbook. And so sometimes if I'm not here with you and you see a video I've released before, it's because I'm working on my cookbook. Believe y'all me, cookbooks do not come into being like that. They take a while and a whole lot of edits and stuff like that. But anyway, all right. All right, so we got this mixed up. And this is a good dough. And now you can do one of two things. You can just get it in a circle here. I'm so glad y'all are with me today. I love cooking. All right, y'all, let's roll this puppy out. This is my very heavy pastry. I'm gonna roll this out and get it going. I really just like veggie pizzas, but my husband likes meat. And so I have to put meat, some kind of meat on it, or he's, you know, and I put a lot of veggies. But now when I first married David, and y'all turn it over ever so often. When I first married David, he wouldn't eat any vegetables on his pizza. And I was like, can't we at least have a mushroom or something? So now I've got him where he will take mushrooms and peppers. The next thing I'm going to do is take my little brush, and I'm going to brush in some olive oil in that big skillet over there. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to remind you that my book, Happiness is Homemade, y'all, is available on Amazon. It'll come as ebook or print book. Y'all go get you one. Help a girl out. All those people that's getting married, they need this book. Tried and true that are delicious and easy are in there. So y'all go get you one. All right. Okay, I've got the oil in here, and I'm just whisking this around. And my pan is so hot. I'll move it over here in a minute, and you can watch me decorate it. But I just got to roll this up and get it in. Now, I roll it up and hold it with my fingers just like this. And then I put it in there. So y'all watching, say a prayer. And this is how it went in there, a little crooked, and I'm going to fix it. Y'all, this is very forgiving. Okay, very forgiving dough in that hot pan, and I've got oil on it so it slides easily. Now, what I'm going to do right now is run it up the side a little bit. And y'all, I don't get out of whack about this. If it doesn't look perfect, I'm going to eat it anyway, okay? The next thing I'm going to do to get this in the oven, I'm going to put in some olive oil. Now, I'm going to pour probably another tablespoon in there. And I'm just going to run this over it, especially on the sides. This is going to make it taste so good. It's going to be delicious. You're going to be so happy when you make this. My whole family adores this. And what I do sometimes, if I've got all the grandkids here, is this is what we're having. We all get in the kitchen and make our little dough, and we use small skillets, and then we make our food. their own pizza with all of the toppings that they like on it. Now what we got to do is just put this on, put our sauce, and you put on how much sauce you like. And I will not be using all this, but I'll be using most of it. What's left, I will make some noodles tomorrow and eat it. I also like a little red pepper flakes, not many. I don't want to burn anybody up. I'm just going to do it real high. That's what my chef friend told me. High up is going to be your best bet. Then we're moving on. I do like Parmesan on mine, so I'm going to do that from high up as well. Come on, you. Sometimes that stuff sticks. And that's one reason why I didn't salt it, is because Parmesan is very salty. All right, I got to get my peppers on there. And y'all know I've got a range of peppers that my mother grew in her garden. They are good, fresh peppers. I love a lot of peppers. I just do. All right, y'all. I just tell you what, I'm so thankful to have y'all in the kitchen. I feel like it's my pleasure and a treat for me to get to cook with you, because I love to cook. All right, pepperoni, here we are. But I'm going to pop this in the oven, 475, and it's going to go for, now y'all look, your oven makes a big difference. And if you had your pan heated, there we go. All right, this looks good. This is going to go in the oven real quick. All right, it's going in the oven for 10 to 20 minutes. Now, y'all look, how do you know when this is done? You lift it up with a spatula, the bottom, and you look and see if it's browned enough on the bottom, because if it's not, you got to leave it in there a little bit longer. But mine's going to be cooking at 475 for, 8 to 20 minutes, depending on your oven and how thin you've made the crust. The thinner the crust, the quicker it cooks. There we go. So here we go. All right, now we got to do our timer. Y'all ready? Set timer, 12 minutes. I'm going to start checking it at 12 minutes. Is this not gorgeous? Pizza in a cast iron skillet. Oh my, this is gonna be good. So how do we get this out of here? First of all, I've got my trusty cutting board right here, and I'm gonna put it right on top of the cutting board. All right, let me get this out. First, y'all know to test it, I looked at the bottom, run this around it, make sure nothing's sticking, and it's not. Then you just pull up one end and tilt the pan over, and voila. You are in pizza heaven. Look at this pizza. Y'all know how long that took me to make, about 10 minutes. And look at the bottom of it. Look at that crust. Oh my goodness. Y'all saw me throw together everything just a few minutes ago. So let me show you what it looks like. Look at this. Look at this. We got cheese coming down. Look at this, y'all. I wish you were here. I'd give you a big old bite. I'll take one for you. Trust me on this. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful pizza. And I made that in no time. Once you make it one time, you'll make it a bunch. And here I go. I've got a piece of pepperoni hanging off, and I must handle it. That is good. Let's see how it is. Y'all. Oh my goodness. I gotta go be with my pizza. I wish y'all were here. I'd give you a bite. I'd give you a slice. And we would laugh and talk. I love y'all. And the good Lord loves you too. Let's go make some pizza. David's gonna love me for this. It'll help with that jet lag. Love and blessings to y'all. Bye now.